The promotion of African languages is not only done through spoken words, but also through the writing skills of individuals. Hence, the production of literary works in African languages should be encouraged for the overall development of the African continent. Also, ACALAN's vehicular cross-border language commissions, during their planning workshops, have all identified the promotion of book production and publication through the organization of Prize of Excellence in Literary Works in African Languages. This is what brought about the meeting of members of the jury of the ACALAN Prize for Excellence for Literary Works in African Languages, organized by the African Academy of Languages, ACALAN, the African Union's specialized language agency, from the 22nd to 23rd of May 2019 in Bamako, Mali. The focus of the workshop was basically to establish the timetable for awarding the prize, set priorities in the implementation of the prize, propose measures to guide future writers in African languages, reinvigorate African languages, help promote the African cultural renaissance, and develop cultural exchange among African Union member states. The workshop was held using the plenary and interactive approaches. It was based on reflecting on the literary genres to retain for the Prize of Excellence for Literary Works in African Languages. Article 2 should be rewritten by categorizing the genres. The name ACALAN Prize for Excellence for Literary Works in African Languages should be adopted. A committee of mobilization of financial resources to search among leaders of the member states of the AU to sponsor the ACALAN Prize of Excellence for Literary Works in African Languages for West Africa should be set up. A committee to revise these draft rules of procedure, taking into account African traditions and realities, and proposals made, should be set up. A rewording of Article 15, which maintains only the names of the institutions and structures concerned by the jury, and forwarded to another nominative article of the members of the jury, should be proposed. A rewording of Article 17, which specifies the periodicity of the jury meeting twice a year and the place of the meeting in Bamako, should be proposed. The current year should be for the conduct of the awareness campaign. The dissemination strategies for the document on the rules of procedure in the AU member states should be outlined in collaboration with national structures, and the schedule for organization of the first edition of the ACALAN Prize of Excellence for Literary Works in African Languages for West Africa should be implemented. The special workshop had in attendance members of the jury of the Prize of Excellence, the founding executive secretary of ACALAN, immediate past director general of the Malian Academy of Languages, AMALAN, members of the ACALAN Secretariat, representatives of ACALAN's national structures in Mali, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Gambia and Benin, the general administrator of the Caranta Foundation, members of the Secretariat, the ACALAN Assembly of Academicians, and representatives of the host country. The chairman of the opening session, Professor Humpatin Christopher Capo, member of ACALAN's Assembly of Academicians, welcomed the participants and said that the African people expected the meeting to be a major milestone in the implementation of a language policy through concrete action on language promotion and valorization of African languages. The Executive Secretary of ACALAN, Dr. Lang Fafa Damfa, have expressed his gratitude to the participants for making out time to be at the workshop and also for their contribution to the success of the program. Dr. Damfa recalled the objective of the meeting and affirmed that it was imperative to create the conditions allowing African languages to become real working languages. He further explained that the implementation of the Award of Excellence pilot phase only concerns the 5 cross-border vehicular languages of West Africa, namely Fulfulde, Hausa, Mandenkan, Wolof and Yoruba. He assured that this award will be extended in the future to the other vehicular cross-border languages as well as to other regional economic communities of Africa. In the same vein, Dr. Damfa expressed his appreciation to Mr. Adama Samaseku, founding executive secretary of ACALAN, and to the Malian government for the constant support to the general administrator of the Caranta Foundation. In his own speech, Mr. Adama Samaseku said that ACALAN was set up by the AU not only to promote and develop African languages, but also to help implement language policies. He further encouraged all writers in African languages for their promotional works while welcoming participants and declaring the meeting of the members of the jury of the ACALAN Prize for Excellence in African Languages open. In all, the pillars of action for the ACALAN Prize for Excellence for Literary Works in African Languages should not be left untouched. Re-establishment of a resource mobilization committee, stabilization and validation of the document, information, sensitization and advocacy before the authorities, information and sensitization of actors at country level, information sheet on the prize, official launching of the competition, collection of works, setting up the international jury, setting up of the committee of selection of works, and elaboration of selection guides and selection procedures for works. Others are upgrading members of the selection committee, reading and selection of works at country level, summary of pre-selected works in French and English, transmission of selected works to ACALAN, selection at the level of ACALAN, information of the results to the winners, and organization of the award ceremony.